The Business Bully podcast is being brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 books to choose from, you can get your life. So make sure you go right now to audibletrial.com/bully and get your 30-day free trial plus a free audiobook download. audibletrial.com/bully. Now it's bully time. Let's get the show started.
He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now, one of the leading brand experts and business coaches in the U.S. is bringing his unique brand of straight talk to the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now, here's the business bully himself, David Anderson.
Yes, indeed. It is me, the Business Bully, in the building right now. Thank you for coming and checking me out. I am enjoying myself. Hope all is well with you. And I got to tell you one thing that I absolutely am going absolutely bonkers over, and that is the ability to come in here and make it happen. I gotta love making it happen right now. Let me tell you something. Before I forget anything, I have to do my due diligence and help the people who help me pay my bills and bring this show to you absolutely for free 99. Yes, indeed. So first and foremost, make sure you head over to polishandlather.com if you like all types of natural soaps and scents and scrubs and all that kind of goodness. Go over there. There's plenty of it for you. And you get 15% off with the keyword Business Bully at checkout. And I do believe it's free shipping. I could be wrong on that, but I know you get 15% off. It's a lot going on right now. On top of that, I cannot forget about Berry Amazing Travel, just like it sounds, berry like strawberry, amazingtravel.com. Make sure you check them out for all of your travel needs. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal, great rates, extremely competitive. Go check them out. And of course, none other than Kelly's Closet. That's with a K. KellysCloset.net. That's KellysCloset.net, and that's closet with a K. If you need any type of lingerie, they have toys and whips and chains and handcuffs and freaky deekies, and they've got plenty of things, for my plus size ladies who want to look nice and sexy. Yes, get yours. Big girls need love too. Watch out for the big girls. Watch out for the big girls. All right, so look, today, there's so much I want to go over, and there's so much I want to talk about. One thing that has been bugging the hell out of me as of late is people talking about, well, I just want balance. Oh, I'm doing so much. I have so much going on. I don't know how I'm going to juggle it all. Oh, my Lord. How do you balance everything, Dave? And the truth of the matter is, I don't. Okay, so let's start there. Nothing is ever in perfect alignment unless it's the planets, and that only happens once, and I don't know God how many. I'm not an astronomer, damn it, but you get my point. There's only so much that you're going to be able to do. And sometimes I hate to break this to you, Superman and Superwoman, super duper business owner, Captain Save a Brand. Listen, I'm here to tell you right now, sometimes you got to put things on the back burner, and that's called prioritizing. It's okay to prioritize. I know that's the key word of the day, prioritizing. It's okay to not have every single thing worked out. It's okay not to have every single answer. That is called being a human being. What's not okay is for you to sit up here and try to kill yourself because everything's not happening fast enough or at your pace or what you like happening. You want to know how you speed something up? You want to know how you supercharge something? Like I've told you before, you got to prioritize what's important. 6 tasks every single day, and do not stop your day until those 6 tasks are done. What tends to happen is people who are perfectionists, and most business owners, I know for a fact because I am one, are perfectionists, and they will sit around and worry about the dumbest stuff that does not matter, stuff that really no one cares about, but they will literally let it rack their brains until they can't do anything else but focus on that. And it's not making them any money. And matter of fact, it's slowing things up. And so what winds up happening is you lose out and nothing ever gets done because you're so busy in this pursuit of perfection, you forgot to run your business. And so things fall by the wayside, and you can't have that. I remember I was in Dallas, Texas. Wow, 2006. Yeah, end of 2006, I left programming at CBS Austin and got a contract for K104 in Dallas. And if you don't know about K104 in Dallas, they were paying black people $1 million salaries, and that was kind of an unheard of thing. So I figured, yeah, I'm going here. I'm going to make me $1 million a year. Then I'm going to buy me a McDonald's. I'm going to buy me a gas station. I'm going to buy me a grocery store. And then I'm going to sit back and kick it. Well, I didn't get the $1 million contract. They stopped those right when I decided to get there. But I was making a decent living. And the truth of the matter is, I could have been making more money, but I was in a situation where I was blindsided. I was dealing with somebody I had no business dealing with. And my program director at the time, a guy named Skip Cheatham, told me something that changed my perspective in business to this day. And I'm happy right now to share it with you. And it goes like this. You will lose money chasing women, but you will never lose women by chasing money. And what that means is, even if you're a woman, the bottom line is sometimes we go out and we chase all these things that, seem at that particular point in time so important, but in reality, they're not. What is important is that you handle your business. Because as much as people scream about, they'll ride with you and everybody wants to be ride or die and down in the ditch and ditch in the trenches. No, man. In reality, people want to live the good life. And the only way to get them through the good life is to get through all the bullshit and get down to brass tacks and cut to the white meat, as I like to say, and work your asses off. Now, let me be abundantly clear. There is this thing going around that I am diametrically opposed to. It is called Team No Sleep. I ain't here for Team No Sleep. I'm going to tell you that right now. I started a brand new team. It's called Team Get Rest. And let me tell you this. There is nothing better than being fully charged. I mean, fully charged, well rested, because what happens is when you are burning the candle at both ends, and sometimes there's going to be times where that's necessary. But doing that every single day and then talking about it like it's a badge of honor is not only stupid, it's unhealthy, and you'll kill yourself. You will shorten your lifespan. You need a good 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. But let's figure out where you can get that time, because sometimes you can't get it all at once, and that's cool. But let me tell you this. If you got rid of love and hip hop, right? If you stopped watching professional wrestling, if you're me, because I'm a big wrestling fan, and WrestleMania is this weekend. If you didn't sit around texting your friends who aren't working on their business, who have cushy 9-to-5s with 401ks and all that other fly stuff, and you're not talking about business, you can find extra time to rest. Also, here's one thing that I highly recommend. Go to bed early. Go to bed early and get your ass up early. Just about every Sunday, except for this past week, because my youngest just turned 1. Yay to my youngest, Devlin. She just turned 1. I'm so happy. Yay. Yay, Devlin. Woo-hoo. Anyway and anyhow, I'm of the mind that it's so important to get up early and be done with it. Like, sometimes y'all drag tasks, 2-3 weeks longer than what they need to be, because you're so afraid of not getting things done. So afraid of not getting something accomplished that, guess what? Nothing ever gets accomplished. That in and of itself is problematic, and it's going to cost you big in the long run. Just get it done. I get most, how they say in the military, we do more stuff before 9 a.m. than you do all day? Well, that's because they're up at like 2, 3, 4:30. And let me tell you something. If you are, because I hear this a lot from single moms or married folks, the kids, my spouse, my boo, my bae, whatever you're calling these folks, they will suck up your time. So you have to get up and do what you have to do when they're asleep. Do you have any idea how much you can get done and how far an hour will stretch when it's uninterrupted by nonsense that really can wait? It really is amazing. Let me tell you something, man. That Sunday morning, I wrote a #1 bestseller in those Sunday mornings at 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I'm just telling you what works for me. You can take it how you want it. If you want to be part of Team No Sleep, knock yourself out. I'm on Team Get Rest. Hashtag it. Hashtag Team Get Rest. Team Get Rest shirts coming soon. BusinessBullyShow.com. Merchandise is in production right now. That's right. I sell any damn thing. Speaking of which, as you know, Just got finished doing the Breakfast Club. So shout out to Charlamagne and Angela Yee and everybody over there at Power 105.1 for having me. That interview should be going up very, very soon. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it. We really chopped it up, man. And they have such an awesome system. I didn't want for anything. Like, if I wanted a bottle of water, I got it. I mean, it was really, really comfortable and it was cool and it was a really good day. And I mean, I was happy because they got me, I got in there. And when I was coming out, one of those Housewives of Potomac was coming in, so it's just crazy. You see all types of people. I bumped into some folks I hadn't seen in years. So it was a good chance, man. It was a good time. And I was happy because I wore this jacket. And if you haven't seen it, I'm actually going to post a picture up on businessbullyshow.com, probably sometime after this show concludes. And it's a picture of me and Charlamagne and Angela Yee. But I had this jacket, and on this jacket were patches of all of these Black-owned businesses. And, I got to talk about a lot of them on the show. So that was really exciting for me because, I'm Black from anything else. And I do believe that a lot of times we're behind the 8 ball when it comes to branding ourselves, when it comes to owning our business. And when I say owning our businesses, I don't mean just owning a business. I mean owning the fact that we're business owners. We don't own that enough. For some reason, we like to downplay that, but play up our Michael Kors bags or $1,500 Christian Louboutins, which I don't understand. But maybe there's a reason to. I don't know what it is, but whatever. So that was extremely exciting for me, and I'm really excited to be able to have these kinds of opportunities and be able to just grow this thing, man. And I thank you so much for your support because it does mean a lot, and always thrilled to make some things happen, So for me, it is very, very simple. You have to be consistent. And being consistent doesn't mean that you get everything right. Even if, do it this way. I'll try it a different way. I got a buddy named George, and George is what you call a gym rat. Like, he loves being in the gym. He's got, arms, just big arms. He's a big, like, hulky ass dude. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But he works out, and there are, I ask him, what do you do? He says, well, Monday is leg day, and then I do back, and then he breaks down his body, according to what day of the week it is. And so I think that that's really helpful for you as a business owner. Okay, so let's just say Monday morning you do the books. Tuesday you do inventory. Wednesday you worry about customer acquisition. Thursday you focus on advertising. Friday you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to have something that you do each and every single day. And within that, then you incorporate my 6 steps rule. You make sure you get 6 tasks accomplished each and every single day. I can't stress that enough, because 6 tasks is easier than saying, you know what, I'm going to build the Eiffel Tower today. You're never going to get anything done. You're never going to get anything done. And when that happens, you are going to be subjected to the lazy demon. And nobody wants to be subjected to the lazy demon. So I'm going to tell you what, we'll come back on the other side. You already know what time it is. And I am going to talk to you about the lazy demon and get a couple other things off my chest. So let's get it popping, man. I will see you in a few. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, we could do this. Be right back.
Got a question? Need some advice? Email your questions to bullyquestions@gmail.com.
He's one of the leading business coaches and branding experts in the US, generating millions of dollars for brands like Nutrisystem, The Ricky Smiley Morning Show, iHeartMedia, and Les Brown. He's impacted over 1 million people from the stage. Now, best-selling author David Anderson releases his latest book, Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat, a practical guide to sales dominance. Learn how to conquer fear of selling, how to get people to buy from you, and more. This book will motivate and inspire you to unleash the sales beast inside of you. Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat by David Anderson is available at Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com, or wherever fine books are sold.
Hey, what's up? It's Dave Anderson, and let me tell you something, man. As you know, I'm a big fan of Audible. So go to audibletrial.com/bully and get your 30-day free trial and a free audiobook download. So pick any audiobook you absolutely want, and you can get it right there, audibletrial.com/bully. And it's a very easy and progressive way to get the show popping. And I am exactly so so excited, man, to be able to, check out all types of books. I mean, I do so much learning just from Audible. Right now, I'm literally feeding my spirit, because it's very important that while you're working to make a living, you actually make sure that you're making a life. So I'm reading a book right now by Lisa Nichols called Abundance Now. And then there's a really good book by Whoopi Goldberg that I love a lot. It's called If Someone Says You Complete Me, Run. It is really, really dope. You got classics like Of Mice and Men, anything you can think of. There's all the T.D. Jakes books up there. If you're a fan of Lala, she's got the Power Playbook up there. All of her books are also on audibletrial.com/bully. So make sure that you go and check it out. And now we're going to get back to the show. I'm so excited. Let's do this. And we're back, people. Now, we got to talk, peeps. I want to talk about the lazy demon. Okay? Now, I know some of y'all are not religious or whatever. So when I say the lazy demon, take it as tongue in cheek. What I'm really saying is, you have this thing where as though you get caught up in dumb stuff. And I'm a big believer that you are in a tribe called the Ubuntu tribe. It's a little known tribe that's genetically derived, and what happens is you start speaking that native tongue of the Ubuntu tribe. I'm about to go make this happen. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go be that. I'm about to take this on. I'm about to make this my year, and then every year passes and nothing else ever changes. So we got to get out of this Ubuntu tribe nonsense and really start doing something. That is so, so important. It is so, so important. I'm sorry, my baby just walked in the room with my wife. My older baby's upstairs doing homework, but my youngest baby is down here, and she's, hey, Boops, what you doing? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know what it is. I'm a father. I'm a husband. It's what I do. So, anyway and anyhow, the lazy demon sometimes gets me. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to lie to you, because some days I just don't feel like it, and that's okay. But it's not okay to have, everybody has a lazy day. But you can't have a lazy month. You can't have a lazy year. Come on. Not if you're really trying to get yourself together and get out there. That's just not going to work. That's not going to work at all. And when you feel that lazy demon happening, you got to remember why it is that you're doing what it is that you're doing. Maybe it's because you're looking to get a new car. Maybe it's because you want something for your kids to have. Maybe it's because you really desire something better than a god-awful job you work every day from 9 to 5, wanting to kill yourself, regretting getting up in the morning when that alarm hits. That's you, and then you ready to just shoot yourself. And that's not cool. You don't want to sit up there and just start shooting yourself. What you want to do is shoot them goals. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I got sound effects. What's wrong with me? I don't know. But I will say this to you. You don't want to get yourself into a place where you get into a rut. Because here's what's happening. And I just had this conversation with a client today. And people get mad at me when I say it, but it's the absolute truth. While you're sitting back chilling, somebody who wants to do what you're doing is up working. While you are, trying to find out what's going on TV, somebody's up working. While you're flipping through trying to do it for the gram and pick the perfect selfie so that everybody can see you so you can get your 23.5 likes, somebody's working. So what winds up happening is you start getting lapped. And by getting lapped, I don't know if you understand this or not, but I'm a really big guy. And I did run track. I did distance running, and I also did shot put. And there were times where, the kids who, were the sprinters, they run around that track because, you got to run around the track 5 times or whatever. They would lap me. In other words, we'd all start off at the same time, and they'd run around the track a whole time before I got around the track. And I got lapped. I don't like the feeling of getting lapped. I like lapping people. I like being so far ahead of a situation that people can't understand what the hell I'm talking about, and that's okay. I've had some realizations, and it's not that I'm the smartest guy. It's not that I'm the most talented guy. It's just that I am the smartest working guy. I'm not the hardest working guy, because you can work real hard and not get anything done. I call that the hamster wheel mentality. Stay with me for a minute. I need you to work much smarter than you're working, because if you work smarter, you can give in to the lazy demon. Yes, you can absolutely give in to the lazy demon when you got your things accomplished. That's why I do the six tasks. Once you do 6 tasks a day, you're done and you're good. My wife is a glutton for early. She lives early, and she don't like to get up early, but that's how she's conditioned. And on top of that, that means I pretty much got to get my ass up. So she likes to get stuff done. And there's things that, when you're running a household, you don't want to have to do, but you got to do, like the grocery store. I hate the grocery store. I absolutely hate the grocery store, because what winds up happening, we live in a very nice neighborhood. It's not the world's greatest neighborhood. We're not in no magical thing, but we do okay. And so what winds up happening, then you have a nice little area, and you got a whole bunch of old people running around the store, bumping into stuff, moving nice and slow, and I have no choice but to sit around and deal with the old people in the line, asking how much the pimento loaf is, wanting to squeeze all the melons, stand in the middle of the hallway and talk about tonight's big canasta game, or tomorrow afternoon's bingo tournament that's going to pay out a whopping $300 for a grand prize. That is what happens when I go to the grocery store. Now you can say, well, why not order your groceries? Because, they deliver groceries now. Yeah, but it's always like, it's a $15 delivery fee, and there's always like a 15% markup on your final total. So I'm not really a big fan of that. So I'd rather just grin and bear it, go to the grocery store, get what we got to get, come home, and be done with it. So you have to have that same kind of mentality. You really do. And what's happening now is folks are giving into that lazy demon, and they're getting lapped. But these are the same people who always got complaints. These are the same people who can't have vacations. These are the same people who hate their boss, and they know that their boss is dumber than them. If your boss is dumber than you, then why is it your dumb boss is your boss? Let that one sink in for a minute. It's because somebody's up there lapping you, or they lapped you enough that they ain't got to lap no more. Now they get to tell you to run around while they sit back and they're drinking all the Gatorade on the sidelines, watch you talking about go, go, go. Nah. Sitting around building somebody else's dream, that's a sap sucker game. But you know what it comes down to, right? It comes down to you being in control of your situation, understanding what it is you need to do, and being extremely confident about it. A lot of times we're not confident in what we do. And what winds up happening is we get stuck. And being stuck is the worst thing in the world, man. It absolutely sucks. Another thing that sucks, and I'm going to get on this for a minute. I hate the Instacoach. Hashtag Instacoaches. Now, what is an Instacoach, Dave? You may be asking. An Instacoach is somebody who just saw one episode of Shark Tank, never ran a business, and all of a sudden they're a business coach just because they say so. They've never coached anybody. They don't have any successes, no case studies, nothing to talk about. And they're just a coach, and they're just walking around here. I'm a coach. And so it's the coaching is the new hustle. Before it was like, you have people selling dildos or Mary Kay or Avon or Organo Gold or Herbalife. Now they're just selling bullshit. Just selling magical air, magical beans that don't pull no beanstalk up that's going to make you fight a giant and get the goose that lays the golden eggs. They're just selling bullshit, and they're spewing out stuff by using Google. So I always tell folks, anybody with a phone can sit up here and claim that they're an expert, but like my good friend Ernest Owens always says, you better get some receipts. I got receipts. I have 25 years of radio. My first branding client was DJ Touchtone. He's an amazing guy. If you've never heard of him, Google him. I have put in my time and I've put in my work. And while I do believe that in some cases you don't need to have a lot of experience to coach folks, like if you are a kindergarten teacher, all you need to do is go to college, get your teacher certificate, and then teach the kids how to break the graham crackers and tell them that yellow and blue make green. I have no problem with that. That I respect. What I don't respect are people just coming along and just, I'm a coach. Like, what you gonna coach somebody on? You know, that's as utterly ridiculous as you being an 18-year-old marriage counselor. What? How does that even add up? Like, do you understand how backwards that is? But that's what folks are doing right now. Like, this internet got a lot of y'all pumped up to the point where you think that you about something and you ain't. You know, and I don't want to have to be the dude to sit around and pull curtains. That's not what I'm about. But my point is, you know, do what's supposed to be done. And that's it. You know, if you can't do that, then I don't know what you're here for. And it's kind of sad, actually. You know, Insta coaching is never the move. You know, and you got to be careful because I hear a lot of people getting burned by Insta coaches, and it's a sad thing. It really is, because damn, whew, it just gets ugly, man. It really does get ugly. So another thing that I wanted to tell y'all, that I think is extremely important, is y'all gotta learn to support people. I mean, really support people. And by support, I don't mean always cutting a check. I mean, checks are nice, but a lot of times, you know, if somebody has an app, like for example, if you look at eGrassroots Business, they have an app, right? They have a group with like over 32,000 people in it, and they have like 1,000 downloads of this app. And it's a good app. You know, you can get it on iTunes or the Google Play Store, wherever you download applications. But man, oh man, I got an issue with people who just don't want to do the simplest things. You know, and that's kind of it's kind of sad, actually. And I don't understand that, because you want somebody to support you. You want somebody to come out and support your situations, but you won't support theirs. Like, do you see the backwards in that? You know, there's a lot of backwards in that, and I just want y'all to understand that. You know, so if you haven't gone to eGrassrootsBusiness.com or checked out the App Store or the Google Play Store, go download that situation, because it's effective. It really, really is. And I think you should do that, because I think it's important. I'm just saying. So while I'm sitting here doing what I do, I want to let you know a couple more things. Number 1, or number 36 at this point, because I've been rocking for a minute, right? Let's talk business. Just business. No conjecture here. No rant and wave. Just business. A lot of you, and you're going to be surprised when I say this, I see a lot of people who email me, people who sign up for iBrain University. Second semester iBrain University is starting as well. You can go to iBrainUniversity.com/apply and submit your application to be a part of the new iBrain University class. iBrainUniversity.com/apply. And you can definitely check that out. So, now, a lot of you have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful websites, but you have no means of driving traffic. You have very little content, no incoming links. So I need to break this down to you, what happens when you have a pretty website but nothing in there. What basically happens is nobody's coming. You did all that work for nothing, and your webmaster got a nice fat check, or you went the cheapo route. But you got to have analytics. Let's just start with analytics, okay? When you have analytics, you can kind of know who it is you're targeting. Who are the people in your tribe? Who is it that responds to you? And sometimes the people in your tribe, aren't you. Like the majority of people in my tribe are women. I don't know why. Maybe because, I'm a dude that just gives off a certain kind of energy when I speak, and a lot of brothers don't like brothers especially got a problem with leadership. They do. A lot of brothers don't want to be coached. A lot of brothers don't want to be told nothing, and this is why the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in this country are black women. So black women between the ages of 32 and 44. primarily are my tribe, which surprised the hell out of me because just a few years ago, I was Mr. Hip Hop Radio DJ. That was my thing. So it's weird in this particular space. Not only have I grown up, but my audience has grown up and matured, and I found a new audience and a good tribe, and it's a good thing because now I know who I'm targeting. Now I know who I'm speaking to. Now I can tailor what it is that I say, what it is that I put up online, my events, the whole nine, strictly to that group. Now there are, other core groups mixed in there, but the bulk of the people who I deal with come from that group. And how do I know that? Because of analytics. Now, let me dispel a myth. You do not, by any far stretch of the imagination, and so many of y'all are doing this. I talked to 2 clients today who did this and they got frustrated. Never call Google and ask Google to set up analytics. You can get Google Analytics for free. You don't have to buy any of those dumb packages. Those came along so that they can charge you up the ass. Just keeping it funky right now. Those came along for them to charge you up the ass, not for you to get any type of growth, not for you to be able to succeed in your business, strictly so that Google can make some more money. And that's not what you want, because that's not good. What you want to find out, quite simply, you don't need all that extra stuff because you're not a corporation. It's just you and a small staff maybe, or you and a few family members, or you and a couple of high school buddies, whatever it is. If you're a small and medium-sized business, you're not going through all of that just yet. And that's not important just yet. You just need to know who is coming to see you, who is buying from you, what they're doing, and you can get that on Google Analytics without having to pay all that fly stuff. So please, for the love of Ray J, stop with thinking that you got to pay Google a whole bunch of money for analytics. That's one. Okay. Number 2, and this is extremely important. Please write this down. And for any of this that I go over, if you need help, you can always email me, bullyquestions@gmail.com. If you have a website, you need to start claiming online directory listings. Dave, what's an online directory listing, you may ask? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Me talking to myself. An online directory listing is stuff like Google, Yahoo, Bing, all those local directories. Yelp is a local like all of those directory listings. Yellow Book, YP, any of those types of things. There are literally hundreds. I think there's maybe about 400 online directories that you need to be concerned with. And not only do you need to fill out your information with them, name, address, and phone number, you want to have website, hours of operation, whether you habla español or no. Va con Dios. Un momento, por favor. Habla biblioteca. Dale a tu cuerpo la alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es parte de la alegría cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo la alegría Macarena. Macarena. Hi. I'm sorry, I just had to break it up. Just in case you speak Spanish. And I haven't had a shot of Jack yet. Can you believe it? No, but seriously, all of those details are important. But what's even more important than having those online directory listings and having everything up and all the things that you do, they have to be extremely consistent across the board, because consistency is what the search engines like, especially Google. All right. Now, once you've got it consistent, you got it claimed. Some of them want pictures, which always helps because you want to control your imagings out there. So it's extremely important for you to claim your online directory, because it's the foundation of your online presence. If you don't know how to do that, I can definitely help you. I will put you in the right direction. I will get the people who do that professionally for a living, because it is a daunting task, anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour per online directory listing. That is a pain in the ball sack that the champ wants to make sure that you don't have to worry about. Now, once you do that, I'm going to tell you the other important reason that you need to claim online directories. Because you have people out here who are trying to lap you. Didn't I say that? People who are trying to get where you're going. People who are trying to take your spot. There's somebody right now who wants your spot. And so they'll do the things that they don't think you realize or that you're hip to. So what they will do is they will go on and type in your business name, and they'll go to Google and they'll see a little tab that says claim this business. And they will claim your competition's business and then drag it out into the mud. To quote the immortal Jackson 5, they'll ruin your reputation. They'll label you a flirt. The way they talk about you, they'll turn your name to dirt. Ow! Isaac said I kissed you beneath the apple. Okay, never mind. But seriously, so you want to protect yourself. So you want to claim your directories. You want to correct them because a lot of them are computer generated and they may have your information out there, but it might not be the right information. And when it's not the right information, you are screwed. 72% of people who look at online directory listings, if they find out that the information is not wrong or they're driving there and something's happening, let me tell you what they do. They blame the business and they go on. Let me give you a real world example of how that works, okay? A couple of years ago, Ariana Grande dropped this album, and she was promising people that, promising these kids that if they, and when I say she, I mean her people, whoever they may be, were promising meet and greets if you bought this album on this particular day at this particular time. You got your receipt and you put it in the computer, and they tell you a location and so on and so forth. And then, even my kid got sucked into that, so we did it. We bought a stupid album, whatever the case may be, and they never had the meet and greets. Justin Bieber's doing the situation with the meet and greets right now. And of course, nobody knows who Bieber's management is. Nobody knows who Ariana Grande's management is. All they know is Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, so they're to blame. So they blame you. They don't blame the computer bot that messed up your information and put it up there wrong. They blame you. And I blame you because, damn it, you should have claimed your stuff. You see how that works? It's not cool to walk around here unclaimed. It's not sexy at all. So please, 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 please claim those directories. Now, once you do that, I know that some of you this does not apply to, but a vast majority of you are more scared of online advertising than a white man who's never seen black people in 1955 in rural Oklahoma. Y'all are scared to death. What the heck? I don't know nothing about no pay-per-click, sir. I scared of wasting all my money. I don't know nothing about no ads. I's done boosted a post on Facebook for $5 and that got a whole bunch of clickety-clacks. Yeah, but you didn't do anything with those. Okay, so let me break a few things down to you so that we can really have a brass tacks conversation about this internet thing. Because some of y'all have a beautiful website. Some of y'all already have your sites claimed. Some of y'all have really put in the work, but nobody knows. And like I told you, I've been out to Iowa. I've seen the actual Field of Dreams, and I looked and wasn't no magical ghost getting ready to play baseball. I looked around. I didn't see a one. So what I'm trying to tell you is it's not enough to build it and think that they're going to come. You want to make them come, you got to get with them. Bottom line. Yes, I said that. You got to get with them in order to make them come. And this is how you get with them. You advertise. So now there's three types of advertisement that I want to talk about. The first is pay-per-click. And then we're going to move into display advertising, and then we are going to move into one of my personal favorites and what I do a lot of. All right, so pay-per-click is just what it sounds like. You put up a post. Hopefully it's well written. If you don't have a copywriter, I know one that's great, April Beverly. She's been on the show. Go back a couple podcasts. She's absolutely phenomenal, and she has a brand new book out. It's called Shots Fired, How to Write Sentences That Pierce Hearts and Open Wallets. Yeah, boom, that's it. She was on my jacket. You can look her up. But like I said, I pushed the book on one of those podcasts way back. So go check it out. I'm only 10 podcasts deep. Oh, by the way, this is podcast number 10. Yes. Clap it up for podcast number 10, damn it. It's perfect. Yes, we're going to clap, clappity clap, damn it. So here's how pay-per-click works. You put up an ad, you have, you got the picture, you got the text, or whatever the case may be. Or even if you're doing pay-per-click like with Google, you'll see like the first 3 slots say ad on them, and they have it. That's the only way to guarantee you're going to get at the front page of Google, unless your site has a whole bunch of factors that I don't have enough time to tell you in an hour show. So you put up the ad. People can look at the ad, that's just called an impression. That means that they saw it, didn't do anything with it. They saw it. That's cool. We'll get there in a minute. But when they click on it, you pay a small percentage. And depending on how many people click on it, and depending on a whole bunch of factors and what keywords you're using, because everything that everybody does has its own set of keywords. Like for me, it would be branding, business coaches, motivational speakers, podcast hosts, things of that nature, that would drive certain traffic. And then you have, sub keywords, stuff like, okay, if I'm talking about motivational speakers, you have youth speakers, you have ministers, things of that nature. So you get my point. There are certain keywords. Some cost more than others because of their popularity. Like if you put in injury lawyer in any city in America, you're going to get 500,000 listings. And so it's kind of hard to guarantee somebody's going to be on the front page of Google. But nonetheless, you set a budget, you put up the ad, and you only pay when somebody actually clicks on it. Okay, and that's just deducted from your budget. It's not like you're just forking over 35 cents or $1 or $15 every time somebody clicks it automatically. It comes out, throughout your budget. So you want to make sure that you are doing the right thing. And if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Guess who does? Yeah, buddy. I'm that dude. All right, so that's pay-per-click. If they click on it, you pay. If you don't, they don't, and you don't pay a thing. So that's how that works. Now, display advertising is cool, okay? And display advertising, there's two types. There's display advertising where you just see like a banner, someplace. And I did this myself, and a lot of you were victims of it because I saw people emailing me screenshots. It was the coolest thing in the world. People were like, oh my God, Dave, I don't know if you noticed or not, but your book's on Media Takeout. And I'm like, what? And I go and look, and it's not that my book is on Media Takeout. It's just that my ad is, because somebody had looked at the book and didn't purchase it from Amazon. What book am I talking about? I'm talking about Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat. Somebody didn't purchase the book, and what wound up happening is you got followed around. And that's right, my book started haunting you and being really scary and going, ooh, because it started following you everywhere for a good 20 days until you decided to smack that button and buy that book. And that's how we got to number one, people. That's right. That's how we got to number one. I'm not ashamed of it. Yes, I will buy my way to the top because that's what it's for. My father, God rest his soul, said, if you want something done right, pay somebody more experienced to do it. Boom. And that's what it is. So it's about putting you in places where people are already going. So places like Wall Street Journal, WWE.com, Media Takeout, those kinds of places, these display ads sit, people click on them, and then, depending on who you go with, I would go with me because I'm the best in the world at this, but you can have an ad that actually has a link to your website. It has a link to your Facebook, a link to your Twitter, and then if they're on a mobile device, they can click and they can call you directly. A lot of my customers do that. Kenya's Keys that did the Business Bully intro, theme song, yep. She's on that display. She's on that pay-per-click. She knows what time it is. Kelly's Closet, my title sponsor, she's on that pay-per-click. You need to not be afraid of this stuff. And when I tell you, I've come to realize in my old age, not that I'm that old, but I'm old enough, people are scared of what they don't understand. And that's what it usually comes down to. What they don't understand and what they've been taught. And usually what they've been taught is dead wrong. That's right, Colonel Sanders. Mama's right. You're wrong. And there's something wrong with your medulla oblongata if you think that you're just going to open up a website, have some fly stuff, and go. Now, the third and most powerful form of internet marketing, if you're asking me, is none other than what I call, or what is called, influencer marketing. What is influencer marketing? Look at it like this, right? There was a song in 1993 called Big Papa, and at the end of that song, Puff Daddy said, tell your friends to get with my friends, and we can be friends. Shit, we could do this every weekend, alright? And basically what that means is there are people who have a tribe that kind of lines up with what it is that you're selling, what it is that you offer, what product you have, okay? And so you pay that influencer to promote your product. Now, there are several ways to do this. I have no problem sitting on this Business Bully podcast and telling people about your product. It works. I'm not mad at it. It's something that I do. As somebody who's got 2.3 million viewers on YouTube, I have no problem making a video about your product or your service and telling folks, hey, go get it. Why? Because it works. People do not buy unless they're buying from somebody they know, like, and trust. Outside of necessity, like you need to eat. You don't care who's giving you the fucking McDonald's burger. You know, you need to have lights. You don't care, if you like the electrician who comes by to turn on your light switch. You don't care who the cable guy is. As long as he's not a fuckbag and doesn't do anything to your kids and he installs the cable and goes on about his business, you don't really care about him. But when it comes to decisions about things that you're going to really, really invest in and things like that, come on, man. The best realtors are good-looking people. I'm not trying to be funny, but it's the truth. The best people to sell are people who know what they're doing and already have a built-in audience. Why reinvent the wheel? That to me is just dumb. Stop that. What you need to do is get your swagger on and find you some influencers that speak to your particular audience, and you cut them a check. Now, there's several forms of this, okay? And I just talked about a couple. There are YouTube influencers. There are Twitter influencers. There are Facebook influencers. There are blog influencers. And our blog influencers are cool because they do things called advertorials. And an advertorial basically is an article that is written, and it looks like a regular article. You do have to disclose a lot of times that it is an advertorial. But what it is, it's like a whole story, like a whole interview about you. I know plenty of people who have done this, and they've gotten along well. Look, I know big outlets that, have no problem taking a check, for you to do get an advertorial with them. It's not hard to do. That's extremely important. Also, speaking of influencer marketing, once you build your tribe up, you want to start influencing them, okay? And then the best way to do that is to start getting out there. One person who I talk to all the time, and she's actually my media coach, and I know you would think somebody who spent, the majority of his life in media wouldn't have need of a media coach, but it's different when you are on the other side of this. I can interview people all day, but being interviewed, knowing how to craft a segment the right way, there's one person who does that very well, and her name is TJ Mercer. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to businessbullyshow.com, you can click on any page on businessbullyshow.com, and you will see there is an ad there at the bottom, and I am going to let you know exactly what it says, because I know you're going to ask. It'll say, get on TV and radio, and you click on it, Authors, Experts, and Entrepreneurs. Do you know how to get on TV? Media Mavericks Academy with TJ Mercer. You got to get involved, man, because it is something serious. It's really cool. You definitely want to check that out, because that's going to help you get your game right so that you can become an influencer, so that you know how to talk to your tribe, and most importantly, so that you can get on TV and on radio and get seen. And that's without having to get a fancy dancy PR agent and all that good stuff. So you want to be able to move the needle. You want to be able to get things done and move stuff forward. And shout out to everybody who was listening live. That's really awesome. It makes me feel good knowing that you're enjoying the show. And I'm trying to make sure that I do this at least every Tuesday night or Wednesday night. So sometimes it's kind of hard. Like last week was my baby's birthday. And then before that, that's why I put up 2 shows the other week, because I knew I was going to be doing the Breakfast Club, and I did not want to neglect y'all. I did not want that to happen at all. But I had to come bring this ruckus, man. So it's extremely important that you do those types of things. And don't be afraid of trying things that are new, trying things that make sense. Some of y'all will never try because you're so scared, or you got so many plans. You got to have all this education and all these things lined up. And the truth of the matter is, all you really need are 4 things. You need a golden ear, a silver tongue, and a set of brass balls bigger than anybody. That's it. So you want to be able to influence folks. You want to be able to make things happen, but you can't do that trying to balance everything. Balancing is great in the circus. It does not apply to real life. The lazy demon, it's okay to give in to the lazy demon. Get up early, get stuff knocked out. Stay away from Insta coaches. Ask for receipts, referrals, so who you're dealing with at all times. And don't forget, whatever you do, make sure that your website is more than just a pretty empty box. Fill that thing up with content. Make sure that you have you have your claims done, you have your analytics popping, you have all that good stuff going for you. And then once you get all that taken care of, you want to move into pay-per-click ads, display ads, influencer marketing. And especially influencer marketing, I'll tell you what's really cool, and I do it sometimes depending, is like Instagram's a beast for that. There are people who have a lot of followers, and a lot of celebrities, even will charge you pennies. And I mean, and I say pennies, I mean it's dollars, but pennies on the dollar for what you get back in sales if you have a system set up. Now, before I go, I need to make this clear. When people click on your ad, I know you have a product that you're dying to sell, numbnuts, but let me teach you how to fish. See, you give a man a fish. I heard this somewhere. I can't think of where. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach him how to fish, he eat for a lifetime. So I'm going to teach y'all how to fish digitally right now. What you want to do is you want that ad, when somebody clicks on it, to actually point to some place on your website where you get them to opt into your email list. If you do not have an email list, shoot yourself right now. I mean, literally, just, borrow my gun. Here you go. That's right. I have a ray gun, damn it. I don't use bullets. I use this digital laser. Pew! But no, seriously, you need to have a place where they can come and be a part of your tribe. That way you can sell them over and over and over again. If you give somebody the cure, they have no reason to come back. I need you constantly getting me to treat your symptoms. That's right. That's what I'm going to do. It works for the drug company. It works for every business in the world. You don't cure folks. You give them what they need in a dose that's going to be good enough to make them feel better, but not good enough to never come back for more. That's important. So what you want to do is get them on that email list, and that's how you build your funnel, and you start making offers. Now, Dave, I don't know the first thing about email lists. What should I do? Listen, you can get an email list, start your first 2,000 followers. You can go to MailChimp. Just like I said, MailChimp, M-A-I-L, Chimp, C-H-I-M-P, right? Chimp rhymes with pimp. MailChimp, all right? And go ahead and get signed up for a free account, and then once you do that, you can always go on autoresponders. And I teach about autoresponders and a whole bunch of other stuff at iBrain University. And keep in mind, like I said, that second semester of iBrain University is starting. So you want to go to iBrainUniversity.com/apply. And get your swagger on with that. Now, make sure, above all else, if you have any questions, anything you're not clear on, anything I did not go over, anything that you just want to know that you were, too embarrassed to, shout out anywhere else, just email me, bullyquestions@gmail.com. And it is that simple, man. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming to the Business Bully podcast. One thing that I will ask, I need some more ratings. Especially on iTunes and Stitcher. I need y'all to go to iTunes and Stitcher and give me those 5 stars. If you put up a 5-star review, I will read it entirely. I don't care what it says. It doesn't bother me. You can do your worst. Just give me a 5-star review. You can tell me I fucking suck. That's fine. All I want you to do is get on there and give me a 5-star review if you enjoy the show. Also, please subscribe. Subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. It comes right to your phone. Boom. Like that. Boom. It's extremely important. On top of that, I need you to share. I need you to go out and share this information and share the show to people. Send it to your friends. Let them know. Check out the website, the whole 9, businessbullyshow.com. And, of course, if in fact you just want text message alerts from me, you can text the keyword business bully to 31996. That's right. 1996. Yep. 31996. Business bully. All lowercase. 2 words, business bully, 31996 is where you're texting that keyword to, and you'll get all types of alerts just from me. I'll be texting you out, and we'll go from there. So that is it for me, y'all. I'm going to check y'all out next time, so y'all be easy, and, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon, all right? Peace.
Follow us on Twitter @MyInnerBrand. Thanks for listening to the Business Bully Podcast. We'll talk to you next time.